All right, Libra, welcome to your weekly horoscope for April 6th to the 12th. My name is Athen. So this week, another very powerful week with the whole Uranus-Pluto square energy, but not nearly as intense as middle of March. We just have the last of the fast-moving planets, the Sun and Mercury going over Uranus, making this still a very powerful week. But what's nice is that Uranus-Pluto square eases up, gets outside of the 1-degree orb range here midweek on Tuesday, easing things up as we unfold through April. So let's go ahead and recap what this is for you, because you might be new to the channel, or let's go ahead and just kind of look at this in context. Your 6th house has been very, very active with all of this stuff taking place around Uranus and the fast-moving planets. So Uranus in the 6th house, and the South Node there's too, has been about your health, your routine, your diet, your watching what you take into your physical, emotional, mental body, essentially, and working forward, maybe even developing some crafts and some abilities, maybe improving self, maybe helping improve others. This is the house of service work also, helping those in need. So whatever that's been changing in that area of your life is helping you find freedom there. Freedom through those areas. Freedom maybe when you're taking care of your health and your day-to-day activities or your diet, you're feeling really good, really revived, and you're being yourself, through that process is an example of that. So whatever that's been, that has been squaring up to the Pluto in the 3rd house, which is helping you strip away all of the garbage relating to your thoughts and communications. The old thoughts that are no longer serving you, the old ways of communicating, restructuring the way you communicate and think, helping you get to the real core, which is the heart of how you're communicating, of what you're learning, of how you are exchanging with others in your life. Because the 3rd house generally is how we exchange with our environment, but this is also, of course, how we exchange with ourselves, which is our mind also. It's the bottom of the chart too, very powerful there. So this has been the emphasis here for the past 3 years when these 2 planets have been within that square position. But like I said, March was the end of it. That was the last of that exact position, and now with the fast-moving planets, there's still some things that are being reworked here. So it starts on the weekend leading into this week when we had the lunar eclipse in that 6th house. Maybe you maybe you're coming to a culmination in regards to the health, the diet. Maybe you set off into some new direction there with those 6th house things since October of last year. So it could be a culmination point with that. But all in all, I think if there were any messages in terms of your guidance and our guidance, intuition, or ideas involving that 6th house, then this is definitely a good week to start implementing these things, because we are still in this lunar cycle, which is taking the energies of the, in this sense, lunar eclipse and moving forward with it as we approach the 3rd quarter phase of this week. And maybe, a lot of this old ideas too relating to, what's required for health, or with diet, and all these things that are being removed also. Now on Monday, we have the Sun conjuncting over Uranus, which is freedom of, again, those same areas. But here it's freedom from restriction in particular, because the Sun does not like to, Sun is about your passion, it's about your enjoyment, it's about your zest for life. And so there's been this energy here where you can see very clearly, or could see very clearly what in this area of your 6th house can be done for you to have that enjoyment, that zest, that passion, that creativity coming through that 6th house. If it is a craft, or if it is your diet, your self-improvement. And doing something different on Monday, really, again, freeing yourself up here is going to be the key relating to those things. And maybe taking some actions that you need to take here with that Pluto energy also. Now, Mercury trines up to Jupiter, helping you see the open horizons here, all of us. And so this is coming in from your 10th house. You guys have had Jupiter in your 10th house, which is work, career, anything on that public level, which is opportunities here since the middle part of last week. Now Jupiter's been retrograde since December. He's going direct this week on Wednesday, which is really nice. But maybe you've been reflecting on these things, the opportunities through work, career, public related things. And so on Monday, it could be an opportunity there. Could be some good news coming from that. Also, again, relating and tying into all the 6th house. You guys, with all the 6th house stuff, you have all the support coming in from Jupiter. This has been the energy for the past few weeks, but on Monday in particular. Then on Monday as well, your ruler Venus goes into Taurus, where she's in dignity, which is really nice. So this is your 8th house. So for you Librans, you know, there is this element where you can enjoy really getting deeper with relationships and just deeper with life in general. So now with Venus there until May 2nd, you can really enjoy these deeper elements, see the truth of things, uncover the depth, the truth of life, and what life is really about, what's really going on in the world, and all these things. And having that transparency and vulnerability with yourself and with your relationships. A good positive energy there with Venus to be utilized for these next few weeks. Tuesday, Uranus and Pluto ease up from that 1-degree orb, which is really nice, but Mercury conjuncts up to Uranus and squares up to Pluto during these days, Tuesday and Wednesday. So there is some new ideas and some new concepts being formed here this week, early part, relating to the 6th house, health, routine, self-improvement, crafts. Maybe you're developing things at work. You know, could be that also. So this is a good energy for taking action here. Just make sure you're not being impulsive. Make sure you're not getting obsessed with any particular ideas. Also with that square up from Pluto, especially with your communications and or ideas. And just taking that balanced approach to things. But if you've been feeling like there's definitely some change needing to be had, you've been thinking about, this can definitely be a revolution of you know, starting to put it into action, starting to apply it, because that's what Mercury is all about. Now on Wednesday, Jupiter goes station direct in that 10th house. So this is the opportunities now for the next half of this year of seeing the, again, possibilities with work, career, and anything on that public level. But you got to take those possibilities and opportunities and make something of it. Jupiter transiting a house doesn't really do much except help us feel very optimistic about that particular area of life. But we have to take that optimism, we have to see these, take those possibilities and ground them, make them into the reality. So I want to emphasize that. This is something could shift midweek around Wednesday, maybe seeing that opportunity or something like that to come down from that 10th house level. But this is a subtle energy that will unfold slowly as we progress through April. Now, Thursday and Friday, the Sun conjuncts up to Mercury. Mercury will be behind the Sun in his direct movement of that 6th house. So, again, very passionate, very energetic time here, especially Thursday and Friday, relating to those 6th house matters. So just keep things nice and grounded. If you're very passionate about something, by all means, just make sure you're coming from that balanced perspective, which you Librans do best anyways. And watch any communications that are just too passionate or just too in your face, too harsh sometimes, because Mercury behind the Sun means that the Sun is only visible. Only the Sun is there. And that is a sort of a synopsis of how we'll be communicating and thinking. So we want to remember to be rational, be grounded, be real with our thoughts and communications. Saturday and Sunday, Mercury goes into Aries, which is again opening up more of this energy towards action. And so this is your 7th house. You guys have had a lot of activity in your 7th. You've had Mars there, you had Venus there, Mars is still there. Lots of ambition, drives, and goals with either cooperating with others or with relationships or partnerships. So now Mercury for the next few weeks is going to help you think and communicate and exchange more in that 7th house, which is really nice. I think you'll be naturally thinking more about relationships too. And then with Venus in the 8th, perhaps getting deeper too and more vulnerable with those relationships. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Mars sextiles up to Neptune, which is acting on our visions, our dreams in many ways, and this is involving your 5th house where Neptune is. So there's perhaps been these dreams and visions regarding your creativity or your self-expression or anything relating to you know, your overall zest for life. So this energy here, the things that you're passionate about, definitely a good flow of energy with a Mars sextiling that Neptune in the 5th, Saturday, Sunday, and then into Monday of next week. So taking action in regards to these 5th house matters will certainly be beneficial going into next week. All right, Libra, have a fantastic time. Let me know if you have any questions. Please get in touch if you like a personal reading. I'll put a link down below for that, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.